On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. Let's go. 15 line. 15 line.
Go. Go.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Right there. 54, right there.
2nd and 6.
Double dog.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Tate. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Check 61, matchbox light. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off, okay? So they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence got his man. It's Eifert. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Hey!
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Pilot, 64, weak.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
It's a hut. Ready,
They
ready.
just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Come on,
Once
set.
again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball.
Yep.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you
Hey, orbit. Five.
To throw again, Lawrence.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field,
Ready.
cut it to the outside,
30
ball's
base.
delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
X3. 218, chopper.
57's the mic. Mike 57. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Hit it.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
2nd and 14. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
You see me?
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now.
Watch 54.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Operating from the gun, Tate. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Topper! Topper! Lead grip! Lead grip!
This is Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Let's go.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Kill, kill, turn up. Kill, 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 turn up.
Line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
Down. 18 Gator.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got him.
I'll go. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
80 weapon.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey. High 7.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Recon 132 fighter.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Let's go. Let's go. Get
Now
set.
the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Go.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Army.
Clear. Let go.
From the gun, Lawrence. And Eifert has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, let's get
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. That one complete to Elliott. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Set. Ready. 70. Indy.
Yeah.
Put up.
53's the
General West.
check 53. I'll get him.
Let's go.
2nd and 2.
Check. Lucky.
And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown.
Touchdown.
Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Browns nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On first down, Tate. He's got White here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
6-6, pull it high. Shoot.
Back to throw. Lawrence. This is caught by Antonio Brown. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll... to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Ready?
On 3rd and 2, Lawrence. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Let's go, boys.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Elliott, and effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
You don't want no problems.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Look at me, zipper.
Motion to the backfield. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53.
Protein spill.
I got one. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hit it.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
I'm here all day. We got double tight. 4 down. Check.
On 3rd and 2, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Get it.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
A 22-yard touchdown grab. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Bengals 24, Browns nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Stills the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the slip. Echo. 54 is Mike.
From the gun, Tate flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Go.
Motion, bump, 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 bump.
And I.
Off the play fake, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
57, Mike, 57.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Sit up.
57's the Mike. Watch 56.
6-3. 218. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Topper, Topper.
Switch, switch, switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
53.
Hey, hey, hey.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Out. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
80 weapon.
Check it out.
Ready, go. Shoot.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike.
Stay with your man.
Ready.
Off play action. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Shift. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Second and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Right there, 54.
Operating from the gun, Tate, and he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Now Brown. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Down.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Bengals and Browns, this is one of our final few NFL 100 series games. And speaking of series, the 92nd meeting between these two teams. The Bengals holding the 50-41 all-time edge. Last year, the Browns won both games, one in November, then again on December 23rd. And both of these franchises founded by Coach Paul Brown, who, of course, the Browns are named after. But then he would later go downstate to help found the Bengals in May of 1967.
You can't block me.
Check 26. Hey, Zoo.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go.
Cut.
All day. Defense. All day.
On third down, Lawrence. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing to start the drive. Tate, it's caught. This is White. And he gets it down to the 32.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Mike 54. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Right there, 54.
On first and 10, Tate eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. To throw on second down, Tate. That's complete to White. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Browns on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
It's just me and you.
Check. Fresno. Check 13. Check 13.
From the gun, Tate. That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Hey, alert. Mike's 50.
On 4th down, Tate. He hits White, complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here we go. 54. 60 out low. Check. Watch 54.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, alert 3. Check 4.
Zoom. Mike's 50.
Throwing on first down. Tate, and nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Chef. Kill. Check 24. Let it go.
Throwing again. Tate. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Tony Pollard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Ready, get it.
Again, it's Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Matchbox lights.
Check 99. Check 99. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Come on. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Browns drive about to get started.
Cut.
Tight dog. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Check the backer.
66, bullet, high.
On 1st down, Tate. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Come. Watch the safety creep. Kill.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tate looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
53's the mic. 53's the...
That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score. Bengals 31, Browns 6. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember.
And now look at him go. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tony Pollard, 76 yards. And the Browns get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on,
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 29-yard line.
Ready, set.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Mike 53. Watch the flag. Watch the
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 pounds. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.